study how they play games and how the following content in the games affect them. So in the introduction, you really need to identify the gap and why you need to do this. And then you talk about, in the literature, you talk about your theoretical argument. So here in this section, you find all the literature that's relevant to your topic. So do not talk about other literature that's not relevant to your topic. Sometimes people feel like, oh, I need to put a lot of things and examine thoroughly about, related concept, but sometimes it's too much. You have to really talk about any concept that's related to your arguments. Otherwise, don't mention them because it's not useful. So only talk about concepts and literature that's related to your concept. And then you can, it's optional. You can put a method section. It's optional because it's not a research method class. So if you want to, you can put a method section. But at the end of the section of literature review, you should propose a theoretical model. For example, like A lead to B, lead to C. For example, if we talk about natural mapping, you say natural mapping here will lead to greater, for example, presence in virtual reality. Thus, your enjoyment will be greater. So that will be your, theoretical model. So it will be helpful if you list a theoretical model. That will be very helpful. So everything in literature review is to help you to form your theoretical argument, and it will end with your model. Any questions so far? So that will be your research proposal. It's a training. It's an opportunity for us to train to really think of any issues and think of how you want to study an important issue and use a theoretical lenses to look at the issue, how you want to study that. So that's not going to be very hard and not too easy. So some students will ask me, how long do you expect it will be? And I'm open to any forms of length, only if it's enough for your argument. So it shouldn't be too short, because if it's too short, it means that you probably haven't reviewed, relevant or thoroughly through the literature review. You can say, hey, if it's a new study, how am I going to, I don't have much literature about it. Even though it's a new concept, it always has some old concept related to it. So you always have to go back to look at, for example, if you want to talk about progressive embodiment, you can look at other literature or other areas talking about, your body and the controllers or the embodiment. So there's always other concepts you can look for. So if you have any questions or problems throughout the process, you're welcome to shoot me an email, and then we can chat about this, and I can direct you to some more literature, more concepts. Okay, so in 3 weeks or in a month, during that week that we're going to do individual meeting, I expect you to send me, your theoretical model before you come to the meeting, so that I can give you feedback immediately when we're meeting in person. So is that okay? So no, you don't have to come in 3 full hours, because you only need to come in the assigned time. So I'll ask Ming to create a sheet, and you can sign up the time slots. We only have we have fewer and fewer students. Well, I know 2 people had sick leave today, but in physical class, we roughly have 10 to 12 students right now, after some people drop off the class. So I believe we have a lot of time to talk about your proposal, at least 15 minutes for everyone. Yeah, 12 to 15 minutes, because we only have 150. Yeah, maybe 15 minutes for everyone is very enough for all of you. So think about what you want to do, okay? Any questions so far? How many of you have already thought about what you are going to do for your term paper? I know you and you and you, okay. Three and plus medics. So the rest of you think about the topic you want to do, okay? It's about time. It's the last day of November, so it's good that you start thinking about that. Okay. Today we're going to talk about game streamings and esports. How many of you have already have watched streaming or esports before? Yeah, a lot of you. And you run a company, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your company? Is that related to esports?
Yeah,
Mm.
but not focus on some competition
Yeah.
or streaming. We do
Training.
esports training, and
Yeah.
there are some schools add some esports classes
Uh-huh.
or department. So we train the professor or students.
Oh.
Let them know more about esports
Mm.
industry or ecosystem.
Oh, so is that a high demand right now?
Yeah, because lots of
Professors have no idea what that is, and they don't know how to teach.
Yeah.
So you offer classes and trainings to them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you send some people there and, give a lecture or something like that?
It's okay, but it depends on what we need.
Oh, okay. It
There are
depends
some
on the formats.
There are some people very good at a specific field, such as marketing
Yeah.
or esports players. Yeah.
Oh, so you can connect other professionals and then to let the professors and students really know about what's inside the industry.
Yeah, but I think they focus on teach students.
Oh, okay.
Really work in esports
Industry,
but
yeah.
they know more about it and combine with their own maybe
Advantage.
Advantage?
Their own advantage.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
their skills combined with esports and teach students.
Okay, yeah. So I know a lot of university has already developed these programs and then directly train students to organize the competitions or really train themselves into one of the players. I'm not sure how many of them are real like pro league players, but most of them really want to get into the industry because the industry is very complicated. Not just competitions, there's also anchor people. For example, if you can talk really fast and very humorous, you are the one can train yourself to be the anchor person for the broadcasting esports. And also there is a industry for laptops for headphones for mouse, so the software industry and also the hardware industry and so it's a very complicated industry developing right now. So but do you feel like the esports is a little bit not that popular or not that heated right now in Taiwan? It used to be very, very popular, but it's like this right now. It's not going up. It's like, yeah. I'm sorry.
Plateauing.
Oh, plateauing. Yeah. So do you guys have that kind of feeling as well? I'm not sure about in China. How is that? How does that look right now?
Yeah. Like Tencent company.
I'm sorry.
Tencent.
Oh, counseling.
Tencent.
Tencent. Oh, okay. Tencent.
Tencent will hold a lot of tournaments.
For their games.
Yeah, like Wangzhe, Rongyao.
Yeah,
and many people just watch it.
Oh, okay.
And, a lot of streamers will attend this tournament.
Okay. So esports is a professional, and I know that China has already listed esports as one type of sports. Yeah. Not yet in Taiwan, but is it true from your country in
Thailand?
Thailand, yes.
I think that esports in Thailand is still in the niche.
Oh, okay. So not that popular for yeah. And how about in the U.S.? Is that a type of sports?
Yeah.
Official?
I think it's pretty massive in the U.S. because I think
so. The country has like acknowledged esports as a type of sports.
I think people are the mainstream isn't like fully on board, but I think they're aware.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not like, what is this? This is new and upcoming. But some people are. But I think it's not so like it's not in the background anymore. After that I don't remember what his name is. That kid won that like $2 million in the Fortnite competition.
Oh, okay.
That
Fortnite?
Yeah.
Oh.
That I think like set the stage for like, okay, maybe we can start taking video games seriously if kids can actually like make money off of it.
Okay. So I know Taiwan is on that way, but it's not officially a type of sports right now. But how many of you have like really watched a professional esports tournament before? I've been to the esports center in Neihu. I was invited there, and I was sitting in the VIP seat, and I had no idea what they were doing, but I can tell someone is winning and someone is losing, and I'm happy that I sat on the winning side. It's really, they're very happy, and the losing side was so silent. So, but although I'm not fully understand what they're doing on the screen, but I can still tell they're competing with each other. So it's really fun being in the center and watch real people on stage playing the game, and then the audience are really heated up by the competition. So, okay, Jimmy Kimmel, do you guys know him? He is a really funny guy, and he had this idea in 2015. He's like, why do people love to watch other people playing video games? When we're kids, people love to be the one who's playing the games. We wait in lines waiting for others to finish their game so we can play the games in the arcade center or something like that. So he's wondering, why do people start enjoying watching other playing video games? Have you had any ideas? Do you enjoy watching other people playing video games? We actually had that experience in Daoxiang, right? In the labs, we watched Ari play the boxing VR games twice, right? And we watched Coco really box like a professional, and then we watched so many of you watch playing different games, and that's also you watch out somebody other playing games. So why do we enjoy this? Have you thought about that? Because throughout the whole semester, we talked about different concepts of digital games, and we mainly talk about the enjoyment deriving from directly playing the game. For example, the emotions that you go through, the cognitions that you have, and Grace.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I don't have to end my sentence.
So, like, let's say I'm playing going back to like horror video games.
Yeah.
I don't like to play horror video games alone.
Okay.
And otherwise, it's a bad time.
Yeah.
But if somebody is streaming it, it feels like they're with me.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons why I watch streamers play games.
Especially horror games?
Yes, especially horror games, because it feels like I'm not alone. And also, typically the streamer, like, they don't have to be a comedian, but they're kind of giving you the performance. Yeah, so they're kind of like there to entertain you and make you laugh. Yeah. Through this like extremely like stressful moment in the game. Yeah, and he can just say something really funny and make it not that horrible or scary. So you love that kind of strategic entertainment because you don't have to be in the game. Exactly. You don't have to be so direct or have that kind of too much emotions or too much horrorness or scariness from the game. So you can tell that when you're saying that, you're actually saying it's too much for you. So you can't take it by yourself. But somebody's playing it, substitutes playing. And there's distance between you and the content. And now the content is much more enjoyable for you to consume because it kind of not like neutralize that scariness, and it's become like in the really good way and very suitable way for you to enjoy and consume that kind of horror content. So you can see different type of game has different stimulating or arousal level, and sometimes it's too much for some people, and then they chose different ways to enjoy the content they chose by watching others. Or then some of you have other motivations like learning others techniques, right? Okay, so you.
In my opinion, there are three main reasons.
Oh, cool.
Streaming.
Yeah.
And first, I think because we are not
Bless
really
you.
good good at playing games.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
the skill.
die a lot.
Yeah.
Or even we cannot even finish the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So if we watch someone really good at playing games, they play very fluently, it's really comfortable.
Yeah, and it feels like it feels like you have the self-efficacy as well. It feels like you are playing the game and it feels really fluent and build up your confidence. And it also saves you time.
Yeah.
If you're really bad at the game, you're stuck
Yeah,
and
this is
got
the
frustrated.
second reason, because sometimes my friends, they say that they're really tired after class or work, so
They don't have the energy to play the game
by
directly.
themselves, so they watch the game. And compared to YouTube video, streaming is live, so it's more interesting. They can interact with the streamer.
So they love the element that they can directly talk to the streamer and then interact with them. It's like another form of co-play.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do this for me, and you can see that.
Some people still watch the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Most people think life is
more interesting
than.
Well, different people really have different preferences. For some people, they don't have a lot of time. They prefer the edited video posted on YouTube so that they can skip and chose the part they want to view. And for other people, they want to join the live community with the chats and then live co-play thing. So that's one. Great.
The third reason is that.
So the second one is the live and okay.
The third one is that maybe we're curious about the game, but we don't want to buy the game.
You're right.
So we want to know if it's a good game.
Yes, information seeking. Yes, you want to check out. But don't you guys, aren't you afraid to be spoiled by that? For example, Last of Us 2. It's like you check out the video. Oh, I got spoiled. I don't want to buy it anymore. It's a bad game or something.
So I will not watch this video. So I know this video will introduce some content.
Oh, okay.
I just buy the game, play the game, and then watch the cutout video.
Oh, okay. So do you check out the game content before?
No, I
you never do that, but some people do, and so it kind of spoil the fun, like
not the whole way through.
It's like definitely. Okay, so there are a lot of reasons. Other thoughts? Well, that's a very
I used to play Hearthstone.
Oh, Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, and then.
By Blizzard, it's a card playing game, strategy game.
Yeah, and then I don't have enough time and money and to buy the card. Each season they will.
They introduce new cards and you have to buy them. Oh, damn!
And then,
Blizzard do this. Oh, that's not so not Blizzard.
So then I just watch the streamer, and I find it's very interesting when the streamer wins the game. I feel very excited, like I win. And when the streamer loses the game, it's the streamer lose, not me. So I will not feel very depressed.
Oh, I love that concept. It's there's a concept about it. I just couldn't remember it. It derived from the sports, right? If you are rooting for this game and rooting for one team, for example, like baseball, you rooted for 兄弟象 or baseball like New York Yankees versus Boston Red Sox. And then if you rooted for New York Yankees, if Yankee wins, you're like, yeah, we win. But if Yankee lost, you're just like, you suck, you lost, and now you're not part of them. So it's very, very normal in sports, and people do that also in teams and competition like that. So attributions are different. I have to find that concept and get back to you. It is just not in my mind right now, but there's a theoretical concept about that. People do that. It's very interesting, and you sort of like have identification when they win, but if they lost, you attribute the fault to themselves, not to yourself. So esports and game streamings are very fun, and they're sort of different. Well, you can say esports are really serious competitions, and they're part of game streaming, but it's professional game streaming, and so it's a competition. But but game streaming is a broad term. It includes like casual game playing and casual walkthrough or different type or let's play, those types of video are included. So Jimmy Kimmel was making fun of the people who watch other people playing games, and then people got mad, and they even created this Gamergate hashtag to talk about this incident. And they said, Jimmy Kimmel, you don't know anything about us. So he's making fun. He's like, is it going to be in the future people watching somebody play the game and somebody watching someone play the game? So he's making fun of people like that. So this is Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, so let's look at the stats and how many people. Twitch release stats every year, and from 2017 I started to observe the trend. So PewDiePie is one of the very well-known YouTubers. He played games on YouTube, so he made lots of independent developed games very popular because nobody knows about those games. But after he played, those really bad games become really funny and entertaining, so people start downloading them. So, and he's still active right now, but not that popular as before, but he's still popular, and his girlfriend also does lots of streaming stuff. And in 2017 in Twitch, there are a lot of watchers, like 1 billion already, and non-repeated watchers every day is 9.7 million. That's a lot, but it's very. Do you want to guess? Oh, over half of the Twitch watchers consume Twitch how many hours per week? Do you want to guess? In 2017. That's 3 years ago without COVID-19.
4 hours.
4 hours? Okay. Every week.
Every week.
Okay, 4. And any other guess?
20.
20? Why? That's 4 hours a day, and then 5 days.
I was like,
Is that your logic?
Yeah.
Cool. So, cool. Any other logic? 4 hours a day is a lot, right? It's not okay, cool. Yeah, so the answer is 20. Yeah. Averagely is 20 hours per week. If you average it out by 7 days, then it's like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, 3 hours per day. Wow, so they spend a lot of time doing this. They probably watch it during their dinner and then continue watching it throughout the night. It's like that. So in Taiwan, according to Twitch, Taiwan ranked 5th globally in terms of watching traffic in 2017. Is no longer like this in 2020. So the first one is US, Russia, then Germany, and France. I believe China topped the 5th. I mean, this year or last year.
Watch other platforms.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So not just Twitch. Okay. So in Taiwan, which is the most popular platform right now? Still Twitch, and then YouTube gaming.
For games, Twitch, and Facebook gaming.
Facebook gaming?
Because Facebook.
Really?
Facebook asks most of the famous streamers to leave Twitch and stream on Facebook. They lots of.
Oh, really? They post them. And so, who is that famous streamer?
Like Andrew Workshop or other. The most famous game streamer on Twitch are now streaming on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah. Really? I really want to visit that page. Maybe you can show us later or post it on our group. Okay, so yeah, still Twitch. Twitch is still the very famous gaming platform, and YouTube also has a YouTube gaming platform, but not that popular. Okay, so but PewDiePie always does that in YouTube. Okay, so Taiwan ranked number one. Top number 1 worldwide is Taipei. Taipei is the city, number 1 city, watching the most minutes spent in Twitch. I'm sorry, there's a typo here, but Taipei, why? I was on a TV show and the anchor woman asked me why Taipei is number 1. I directly said, I have no idea. And she's like, what? I invited you to come here You have not. So I directly said maybe people do this or do that. So I'm curious about your thoughts. Why is Taipei is the number, number one city spending most of minutes in Twitch?
It's the biggest city in Taiwan. So by like doing
but
that,
worldwide. Yeah, worldwide. Taipei is the worldwide number, the first, like, ranked the first.
I think because there are no other famous platform in Taiwan, so people are all on Twitch. And other thing is that Taiwan got the League of Legends champion.
During that period.
2012.
Oh,
yes.
12.
After that, people
really
start to watch stream and friends
esports.
Yeah, and watch together. And there are no famous platform in Taiwan.
So so Twitch is the most salient, like the preferred platform in Taiwan. Yeah. So that's why people like gather around in Twitch, not just YouTube gaming or Facebook. So maybe at 2017, Taipei is the ranked number one city. Yeah, I love that interpretation. And also, but is esports still really popular in 2020?
It's rely on the mobile games.
Oh, okay.
There's lots of streamers and game worker. They are still think the computer is the best, but we need to accept that.
People start playing mobile
children
games.
And young people all play mobile games. So we need audience and players. So they need to change their
platforms and their mindsets. Esports really heavily rely on the commercial games. For example, there's a League of Legends, and then there's a esports for League of Legends. And before that, that was for Korea. It's very famous. What's that game? StarCraft 1 and 2, and then we have League of Legends, and also the shooting game, like I forgot those names.
Wow.
Like F something, not first person shooter, but F something. Anyway, so are anyone here familiar with those? And right now the mobile games like Clash Royale also have their Royal TV, and they have the worldwide tournament. So you can see right now their esports are really getting like popular and normal, like in public. They're not just centralized in some big like tournaments. It can also be in mobile games like Clash Royale when they do the international tournament. Even the Tower of Savior 神魔之塔 have esports. They held concerts. They invite entertainers, like famous people, to come play those, and then they invited like people from Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, and China, and Taiwan, and Hong Kong. I'm not sure about China, and then hold a tournament. So you can see it's getting trivialized, and smaller games also have those kind of esports. So not just bigger games. You can see the monthly broadcasters from 2012 to 2020 is still growing. It's already 3.84 million right now, and the average concurrent channel is also growing. Not sure how many of them are still active right now, but an average concurrent viewer is also at the peak right now in 2020. Regarding the gender, 65 are male and 35 is female. That's already pretty high for female. Because when I was in National Jiao-Tong University, just like the 35% of the female students will watch game streamers and game streaming and esports. They talk about them, but here in NCCU, not very many female students do that. So I wonder why. I have no idea. Maybe National Jiao-Tong University is more natural science, and here is more social science. Why do social science people don't like to watch? Why don't people here don't like to watch game streaming or esports? Or is just we are not familiar with that type of entertainment? Have you ever thought about that? It's just our lifestyle doesn't adjust. So what is our lifestyle about?
People who have that type of like already like that mindset of like already engaged in science. Like I feel like it's logic. So like when you're playing video games,
it's like strategies.
Exactly. So like your brain is already in tune to like wanting that kind of entertainment.
Yeah.
Whereas like here, we can kind of go anywhere. We have kind of everything at our disposal. So
okay.
I think
so we can choose every activity as a type of entertainment.
Exactly.
So. Okay, cool. I love that interpretation. Yeah. Any other thoughts? What kind of entertainment are you doing right now in social science field as a social science student? Yeah, you.
I can share an idea.
Shoot.
Because lots of my friends study in social science, and a phenomenon is that the stream content is a little bit not so political correct.
Ah, really?
And
like
yes,
what?
Because not like the TV show or other drama is more formal. They streaming is more casual. So some streamer will
vulgar, like swear or talking about trash talk or
and
so they don't like that kind of stuff.
Some of my friends study in social science. They care about political correct. So they
like correctness. What kind of political correctness?
Like
it has to be formal or
some really famous streamer in Taiwan will say something to a woman or they don't like this.
Okay,
yeah. So I think that's why
they don't like those. Okay, got it.
Especially studying social science.
Okay, it's sensitive about that time, like kind of ideology or something. Oh, I didn't take that into account because I'm so used to like PewDiePie style of game streaming. So
but
it's
even
like
he's gotten into some hot water before too.
Yeah, he's a little bit but not into women.
Race things.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah. So it's like different dichotomies here in Taiwan and America.
Okay. Different aspects.
Right.
Well, because the one I watched never touched any of this, and I know Tong Shen. You guys know. he got mad easily, and he just swear at the players or opponents or teammates all the time. So he was in the court because he got sued, and he said it's part of the performance. He's like, I didn't mean to do it. But so some people really dislike his style. Said it's a toxic environment. So okay, so let's see this. So esports streaming includes live competition and also this type of competition. So some guys really like women game streaming, and they would dress differently, like really lower color, clothes. and they talk with them. Do you guys know there's a culture called pay one? It was like a company playing. I'm sorry, I don't know how to translate that. Pay one is like keeping you a company, and one is playing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you guys know about that? You know about that? Have you ever done that or no? Probably not. So pay one is that people pay for you, so you play the games with that person who paid you. So you can talk with them and then chat and then play together in the game. You are not physically with that person. You just some
like
people
the server.
Join the same room and play, like keeping the customer companies like that. And there's a news about it. Some people earned more than $300,000 per month. Yeah. 30万. It's like, it's a lot just doing that. But it's a guy, and he said he spent a lot of nights playing the game with some of his customers. So it's interesting job right now. And my sister sent the news to me, and she said, oh, I barely understand the world right now. So there are different kinds of tandem play. We're going to talk about that later. So let's play is like this. So PewDiePie is very good at playing the independent games and 切换的同步显示。哦。Okay. What's wrong?
Yes, got it.
Do you guys? Well, it's just a laptop game. It's a computer game. It's called Baking Simulator. It's really bad game because you can see your hands. So it's really hard to get the eggs. So you can see the streamers they give you that kind of emotion. They will act really exactly. The swearing is so you can only use your hand like this. This is a really bad game. Please play it like really entertaining. So he already had the egg. Yeah. So it's like this, and 10 minutes of edited videos of him playing this back. And yeah, so if you're interested, you're welcome to check out the video by yourself. It's a lot. So this is type of casual game playing that I want to show you. And the next one I really want to show you is this. It's called, I'm sorry. Yeah, this. It's called Co-op. How many of you know about this game? It's a game very hard to manipulate and play. How many meters have you achieved? Oh no. Listen. Yeah.
Maybe two.
Two?
One or two.
1 or 2 meter? Okay. So, 延伸可以吗？延伸的话太过难了。你看看不出来。如果用分享，然后这个。全荧幕。Okay. Yeah, so this one, know about this? You can try yourself. It's not hard. Oh, 4 meters. 4 meters. Queued up, no. Queued up, yeah. You play something. So like play. So it's a really fun. You can check out the rest of become really popular and very well known among players because lots of people stream about it and make it really famous. So, have you ever streamed gameplay? You never got sued by the game company? Actually, it's a 智慧财产权. It's like intellectual property shouldn't do that in public, but the game companies really welcome you to do that because you're doing free promote for them. So it's a community that you co-live with the game streamer and the game company co-live together. So Gu Amo in Taiwan got sued by the movie company, but the game streamers will never got sued. It's very interesting. So if you look at this, it's a cosplay. Live and abundant culture. I believe this one is a play. Yeah, sorry. So you can play by yourself. Anyway, you can play it by yourself. I'm not going to show you. Okay, cool. Okay, so there are unique characteristics of game streaming and esports. During game streaming, if you participate in live game streaming, just like Evie mentioned, you can directly interact with the game streaming. So it's different from the sports. You can also interact directly with the players on the field by holding a giant card and talk to them, or then flip your finger at them. But it's it's limited. The interaction is limited. You can never really, interact with the baseball player or the basketball player directly like that in the game streaming chat room. But you can directly text and chat with the game streamer and then ask them to do something for you. So through the audio chats or text is a very unique characteristic of game streaming. And also there's a concept called sheer pleasure of being together. People just love enjoying things or participate in something together. So just merely being together and discussing something make them very entertaining. For example, 弹幕, do you know that? Like from Nico Nico in Japan to in China, there's a function that when it's like social TV. When you watch something together, you get to see other people's comments on the screen. So, for example, if you are watching a romantic comedy or people would say, alert, like kissing scene later, or like a very energetic 高能. I don't know how to, 前方高能. It means that someone excited is coming, and then when they finally kiss or whatever, and you never see that scene because it's filled with all the text. People are like, wow, so you can feel people's energy, and people really enjoy that. So sheer pleasure of being together. You can interact with other audience in the chat room. So people form each chat room culture. Like each streamer have their own like emoji. People make their like players' face into emojis, and you can do emo spamming, like like text emoji to spam all the chat rooms. Or people, for example, Tongshen, when Tongshen is playing, people would say 87 score, like 87分不能再高了. It was like it's a culture in Taiwan. It's like I gave you 87 scores. It means idiot in Taiwan's idiom. So it means that you're such an idiot. So it's a culture in different chat room, and people really enjoyed it. And also it's a participating community, because what you said and what you interact is part of the performance. It's very interesting. Just like baseball game or basketball games, there's a kissing camera, right? When they kiss a camera to you, and you kiss with your boyfriend or your mom or dad. No, not your mom or dad. Your partner. And it's a part of, or the dancing cam. So people dance on the on the field, and the camera with them. So participating community. What you said and what you contribute, whatever you do in this esport or the game streaming, is part of the performance. So it's really interesting. And also it's user generated gameplay. Do you guys know this? Twitch plays Pokemon. You said yes. And Grace said yes. How many of you know about this or watched this before? It's such a really cool experiment. They want to test out this idea. If you randomly give a monkey a keyboard, the monkey would just type gibberish all the time, right? But is there a chance that a monkey can type a meaningful word or even sentence or even an essay based on, 几率? It's like based on chance. So Twitch, they invited all the players to play Pokemon. Pokemon is a game, not the mobile games, but the classic Pokemon games in Nintendo and the NES system. So here, you get to play the game. For example, you get to press A or B or other type of like arrow keys together. So when all the people like thousands or 10,000, more than 10,000 players worldwide to play together, how do you control that character? Like you are typing A, you are typing B, you are typing up arrow, you are typing like down arrow. Everyone's randomly playing. How do people form their culture and really get the game going? So it's a social experiment. And there's a status when there's a government and there's no government. It means that when they are guided or not guided play. And they complete the whole day, the whole game through, I believe, like 14 days or something like that. So it's a very interesting. And people were like, press A together. Do not mess with the gameplay or something. And then you can see people are playing. And these are the chat rooms and people are watching it. So it's a very cool thing. You should go to YouTube and check it out. It's such a really great social experiment, and say people can play together, like 10,000 together with the game. So you can see they're doing this. So game streaming can become a gameplay as well. Okay, so we're going to talk about spectating in game theory more seriously and theoretically more like later. And I'm going to only use like 20 to 25 minutes because we're going to watch this documentary about esports later. So I've chosen free to play this documentary for you. So it's very cool and very exciting esports. So to let you experience what that is. And the other documentary I recommend is called State of Play. It's talking about Korean company, Korean industry, how they train their players, and it's such a serious business, and it's a little bit like gloomy. So I didn't choose it to play here, but you're welcome to watch it first. So, okay, let's have a break and then come back in 10 minutes and we'll finish the rest of the slides and then watch the documentary. And so if you want to go to the bathroom, please do, because after that hour, we're going to continue play that documentary without break. Okay, so do go to the bathroom right now. Okay.
老师，问一下，我们现在还有几位同学休课？因为我刚刚算，如果是15分钟的话，只能就是都不休息，只有12个，
差不多。因为没有，就是 physically 的没有那么多，很多都要 online。
OK， 因为我上了几种不同版本的，所以这样的话就是所以这样这个数量是 OK 的，
应该可以，
它不会太少。
OK，
好。
Did you happen to get my email?
What? Like recently?
Yeah.
Like today?
Over the weekend.
No.
Oh.
What did you say?
So Professor.
Oh yes, I got it. Okay. Oh yeah, so you need another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You said there was one at
Taida.
I already checked with that one.
Oh yeah.
So the one that's close by us.
How about Catherine Chen here?
I already have enough professors here.
Oh, you need someone outside of NCC.
Because my advisor doesn't build the committee, I have to build the committee. So I don't know anyone in fact checking because most of my department is in.
How about Wen Ying Liu in Shixing?
Yeah. Okay, that's the one that you mentioned. Okay.
口传的教授。
对，你怎么知道？你是世新的吗？啊，好棒，好酷。所以这大学的话，是不是只能来念私校？
没有，但是国内没有什么名额。
哦，没有什么名额啊。
对，1-2个吧。
世新很多路上。
那为什么你会想要来台湾念书？
想要离家，但是不想离太远。
哦，想要远一点，但不用太远。
不要太远。
不要受到爸妈的管理，
管不到，
管不到，然后回家又方便。
Okay, so College of Journalism, I'm gonna assume.
世新
Yeah. But her department is in journalism.
No, it's 口传的英文怎么讲啊？Oral communication 不知道吗 ？Oral communication. They changed their name into social media.
社
群媒体，口语传播与社群媒体。
Journalism, communication, management, humanities and social sciences, and College of Law. So I'm going to assume
College of Communication.
Communication. Okay, so and then they changed their department to social media.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And you can ask him because he graduated from that department. Ari, are you feeling okay today?
那你要开始想一下期末要写什么。怎么了吗？
期末要写什么吗？
还没有头绪。
还没有头绪，但就是反正就是想自己有兴趣的事情。
他其实还蛮说实话啦，就是他让人不是很想帮他，就是学校那边。态度是这样，因为其实当时有这个事情出来以后，然后他们也很努力，就是因为这个不是学校可以，这不是学校可以解决的，就是不是他们可以决定的事情。然后他是从中央考试进来就是他是你知道，就是之前他有一个问题是说，他的学籍不是存续的，你明白吗？就是他中央那边，我记得他好像是。一半结束好像，就是他没有有效的，他就是如果他从就是他如果用中央的学籍，然后他现在录取了，然后他中央那边休学了，我记得好像是退学还是 好像不是休学，好像是退学。那他就没有这个学籍，也就是他不符合联招会的条件，他没有报考资格。就是他报的时候是有，他报的时候我记得是还没有，他还没毕业的时候。对，那个时候就是因为没有，其实对，问题是在于说联招会那时候没有写的很清楚，他写的是
他毕业的时候用的是大学毕业的。
毕业的时候他好像对，就是那个时候是。
他现在又换成我我硕士毕业才能做，其实他在偷换。
对，他在偷换，而且他没有毕业，好像我记得。
他是9月时候毕业。对，
反正就是
新学期毕业。
对啊，那就是你知道，因为当时联招会没有讲很清楚，说这个应届的定义到底是什么。所以就
应届他们说是6月底，
就他没有讲很清楚嘛。我关键就是说。他没有解释说我们这个应届一定是要9月之前、6月之前还是什么时候之前？对。那我说我这届也可以，就是，而且他审查了，他也做了学历审查，然后他审查也过了，然后也让他来。然后你现在说他有问题，好像又不合道义。
那他好像说是2周的话，应该这周。
但是还好。就是应该我
之前是哪个？他大学他是第1年的时候是在中央读的。
我忘记了，应该不是吧？
因为他现在是在实习。
哦，对，
那就是他第1年的。
我不太记得了，因为有点久了，应该是。我知道。社发的嘛。但是我印象里，张宇他2年前。他就来找过我，因为我当时是2年前好像就来找过我，如果我没有记错，还是去年。对，就是他，我记得他很早的时候就已经报了，可是我不记得是什么时候。
他是问你来报，
不是报，就是一些从行政学上去。所以我印象很深，就是他肯定不是硬，就是他没有很硬，我觉得他应该不是很硬，他那个是挺蛮满的。怎么说？他们学校那边是，只能说经理帮我，而且真的是人手，就是处理其他的事情完以后，再去处理他那个事情，就是有点捉襟见肘，因为人手真的太少。
学校老师就是负责招生。
之前就那个，之前刚讲。然后都是在讲之前他是主任嘛。是哦，对。其实不是，因为他们是分发，你明白吧？就是联招会分发下来，所以其实没有所谓的，就是没有所谓的招生老师这种东西，因为他们就是招单出手的概念。所以其实学校是没有办法做的。主要是联招会，主要是要建立是应届这个概念。对。而且联招会，你现在审查就审查通过了，你现在再说他不行，我有点也不能那么说吧，就是他那个情况是真的太复杂了。没有人了吗？
因为期中结束了。
所以。
期中结束后，人数就会开始。
哦，这样子吗？
我也不知道为什么，这是一个趋势。
学到了。所以期中不大概就是我不是理解，期中是退课吗？还是剩大有swap的？
我也没感觉
有啊，就是一些小哥或者长得蛮帅的一个。然后后面还有很多人，我忘记叫什么了。
气球了。
那个是什么？这好多问。一个礼拜上5期，卖到可是我还是忍不住的是拿认真的，真的，
好像说是那个。
对，我有点感冒。
我上周就感冒了。
我这还好，主要是饮酒。我上周
谁？
我打样。
文心啊。
都不像。
这个
左边第一个。
昨天。好。
unlocked. Guys, do you guys have already scanned the QR code? Have you checked? Have you scanned the QR code?
Liu Yingwen? That's her
Liu
name.
Wenying. Wenying.
Oh, Wenying.
Yeah, Wenying. Yes.
I can read that in Chinese.
Oh, really?
Because I can read Make Wall, Michi.
Oh, Michigan State. But you know it's Michigan State, not University of Michigan.
Yeah. Because I think they would put like.
Oh, a lot of people could not tell the difference from Michigan State and University.
Because I went to school in America, so.
Yeah, definitely. You should know, okay?
Yeah.
But a lot of people couldn't tell the difference. So. What? Oh, VR.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, if you are done with this, I'm going to switch back to my PowerPoints. TikTok. I have to run. Race with the time. I have lots to say. Okay. So, spectating in game theory. So, you know, using they talked about spectating way before we can. So, one of the question is very interesting is that do you think that spectators are inside or outside the magic circle? What is a magic circle? Do you still understand that? Magic circle means that when you are the one who's playing the game, you are in the magic circle. It means that you feel like you are, yeah. So it's differentiating the real world because you're playing the game. You're in the game world, so you're not in the world. So that's magic circle. But when you're watching else playing the game, do you think that they are in the magic circle? Magic circle. It's so hard. It's more like a question. Sometimes not inside. It really depends on whether you are identification, like when you are in that world or not. Like when you put yourself in the world. For example, if the streamer is not on the screen, all you can say is his gameplay content, then it's easier for you to be inside the magic circle, although you're not controlling, but feels like you are going through it fluently. So is it possible that you can achieve the state of flow through watching other people playing the game? Flow, did we talk about flow? It's a balance between your skill and the challenge from the games. For example, it has been 3 hours. I thought I only played for 1 hour. That's a consequence of and the perception of time will be twisted. You feel like so it can. If you are a good pianist, you play a really challenging piece of our orchestra and like a piano or whatever, and you play so fluently, you can be inside the state of flow. So do you think you can achieve the state of flow by watching somebody else play the game? That's a master's class level question.
I think it also depends on the streamer, if it's very interesting, very
humorous. Yeah. Okay, but you will be reminded that someone's playing the game, not yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can be in the state of flow even though you're watching a drama or watching a movie, right? Because you're so into it, involved in it. So I said you can be in the flow status if you watch somebody else playing the game. If that guy like provide really fluent gameplay and make you really got involved with it. Yeah. So otherwise, there's so many consequences, but I think it's a very interesting question. Okay, so game streamings, Zhuang and Huang, it's listed. It was one of the reading in today. If you checked it out, they use StarCraft as their game, and they classify people who are spectators into different categories. For example, the bystander or the curious. Curious means that they're curious about how the game was played, or the inspired, or the pupil, unsatisfied, the commenter, the entertained, the advisor, and the crowd. But what I liked about him is that they use information asymmetry, this system, to analyze why is it fun and why is it fun to watch somebody else play the game, because they created the uncertainty, because the information is unknown to the player but known to the spectators. For example, sometimes spectators, they can watch the God mode of the game. So there's an enemy there hiding under the bush trying to ambush you, but the players don't know that. So when the player walked through that area, you got anxious. So that kind of information asymmetry creates the suspense and uncertainty and the entertainment from the content. So I really like his framework to analyze this phenomenon. And you can also imitate their style. It's a new phenomenon. How do you study it? And they use a sort of like mixed method, both including quantitative and qualitative. And they are trying to create set up some theoretical framework to study this issue. So I think it's really good. Okay, the other paper that we talked about is tandem play. Tandem play, it means that you play the game as somebody's watching, so you co-play, or different people, that's tandem play. This, watching your classmates or brother, sisters playing the game, that's tandem play. Or in the bar, when you're playing like Pong and somebody else is watching, or when you're playing DDR, Dance Dance Revolution, or Paradise, and somebody else is watching you do the performance, that tandem play. And when we went to the lab twice this semester, it's called tandem play as well. So another great scholar called Consalvo. So she and her student did a lot of relevant study in this area. So she mostly did qualitative studies, and so she interviewed people and asked them to define what is tandem play and other examples to talk about the game stream. So here is the definition. When two, I'm sorry, I did not project this. If two or more people are, engaged with a single player game together, moving through the game with a variety of potential motive, this is called tandem play. So in her paper, if you checked it out, she listed different scenarios. For example, like helping the other person go through the game, or discussing it, or passing the controller, being nice to each other. These are all tandem plays. So the third paper, that's written by me and Nick Bowman, and also other professors, mostly written by Nick Bowman and I. We define what is game streaming. So it's so hard to define it, but we thought that there are three elements. One is public performance. So in order to become a game streaming, it has to be public, even though there's one person or 0 person, but it's said to be public. So potentially anytime could be an audience online. So that's public performance, and that will alter your game behavior. Have you ever noticed that when someone's watching you play, do you play better, or do you play worse, or do you play differently?
I play worse.
Why?
I feel like there's stress. Because I feel stressed because
somebody's
watching me.
It's like, I need to perform well, and then I lost.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm with Grace. I did the exact same thing. It's like, damn, somebody's watching me play the Clash Royale. Is it one of my students or whatever? So I was like, I hate being watched. And then I did worse. But not for cockroach. cockroach, you know, there's a study, so there's a theory called social facilitation theory. Social facilitation theory. It means that when somebody's watching you, you got the stress up, and when to some level, it will boost up your performance. But if the stress go higher, then your performance go worse. So it's the same in the factory. So the cockroach, if you put a cockroach into a maze, and if you put it alone, it does not perform very well. But if you put another cockroach watching him, you know, trying to get out of the maze, he did it pretty well, and he did it better. So that's a very ridiculous experiment, but they found out that when somebody is watching you, it's called social facilitation theory, you perform differently. So how many of you perform better when somebody's watching you, or perform differently? Yeah, you.
Because I'm a game streamer. So I think if I only play by myself, I'm very silent. But if other people are watching,
you started talking.
Talk a lot.
Yeah.
And reaction is really different.
Yeah. You put on a show for them.
Yeah.
So did they respond to you?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Feel like you're a performer.
Yeah, because people like to watch me maybe scared or.
Okay. Yeah. What kind of content do you stream?
Lots of games. Casual games or competitive games.
So you're kind of well known in the game streaming community as well? In the past. Used to be a celebrity. We have a game streaming celebrity here in our class in the past, but still once, right? It's very cool. I'm going to. Is it possible that we check out your videos? Is it still somewhere online?
But I will upload or stream maybe next year.
Oh, yeah, so. Okay. So you did not upload it?
I upload some, but not
all of them. So is it in Twitch or in YouTube?
Both of them.
Oh, we can check it out, but we don't know you. Oh, okay. Don't be shy. We are going to check it out. Yeah, just put it in the group. You know, it's easier for us to link there. It's so cool. Okay, the second one is social interactions between you and the streamer, and you and other players, and player to player and streamer to the imagined audience. And third one is entrainment. It means that it's entrainment is so hard to explain. Entrainment means that has to be linked to some certain time frame. So keep it this in trend, because all the live streaming will be uploaded later for you to watch. So you can watch anytime, and you can post a comment, and if the streamer saw that comment afterwards, he can reply it to you. So anyway, it's pretty theoretical. Read the paper. Yeah, so we did the review of video games as a public spectacles. Video games is a social tool. So in ancient times, people watch other people play games. It's very normal and very common. And also the cooperation to watch. So it's audiences are part of the performance. So these are part of our arguments. Yep. Okay. So it can be asynchronous and curated exhibition later on. So in terms of the motivations to watch other people play games, you pretty much mentioned most of them. I did the survey for the students here in 2016, and these are the motivations: learning. They watch the video because they got stuck, so they learn this tactics and strategies. And pastime, they don't know what to do, so they do this. Fandom, they rooted for some celebrity. Social interaction and information seeking, for example, seeking out what kind of games is that is, or habit. And following a trend, trend following. So everybody is talking about this game. I gotta watch it. A lot of people watch the game streaming for 返校. and 还愿, yeah. So because they're too afraid to play the horror game by themselves, so they instead, and it's becoming a really hit trend at that time because it's talking about the politics a little bit. So a lot of 文青 or 愤青 or whatever really enthusiastic about the topic really love that game. But you know, the game design is very interesting, and they talk about like local stories and folklores and get into it. So that's why people really like it. Arousal avoidance, that's Grace's example. It's too aroused for her. She can take it too much. She chose to watch somebody else play the game. So it's a strategic entertainment. And incompetence, for example, like you said, at the gameplay. So they chose to watch it and saving time. Actually, I think but it just didn't turn out to be a motivation. But you know, people watch other people play games, especially for The Last of Us, those with a large narration. It's more like a movie game. I don't have time to play it, but I can watch it quickly. So these are the motivations for them to watch. And we did some regressions and the enjoyment. You can see stress avoidance and arousal avoidance, and will lead to greater enjoyment. Okay, so our conclusion is that game streaming is watching somebody else play the game is a type of strategic entertainment. So when you have energy, or when you are in summertime, you just have a load of time, you don't know what to do, you seek arousal content. So you love to play the game by yourself because it's aroused, it's exciting, and you have the energy to, you know, put your cognition to waste your effort, to spend your effort to solve the puzzles and all things. But when you're tired during the midterm, approaching the end of the semester, when students don't come to the class anymore, and it's stressful and it's gloomy, it's raining, it's cold outside, you just want to watch somebody make the entertainment for you, and that's a choice for you to make. So game content doesn't really need to be you to play. You can watch somebody else play for you and make it also really fun. You can see people develop different types of entertainment content in it. It's becoming live and really interesting. These are the definitions and conclusions. Like not every one of us have been to the center to watch that.
Is it in here?
Yeah, that's in there.
Okay. Let's find it. This one.
Yeah, this one.
Do
you guys want to watch? I've also have a file, but without the Chinese caption. Speed of the internet.
Oh, yeah. 应该不会影响搜寻，就是
怎么这么慢？
我们同时在。
Oh, okay. It's so slow.
So we should just use the file. Okay. 哦，不要，那个还在，还要继续播。那我会把它就是要分享画面，这样那个看录影的同学才会看到这个荧幕。
哦，好，这样可以吗？
要是可以就
可以吧？可以吧？可以停止录影吧？
他会检查。
好吧，那你要怎么就是
这样子。
We're going to watch the documentary. I know nobody's online right now, but for
yes. 没办法哈。对，没办法。 可能因为他不是，
那就是继续这样录嘛。
那就这样录，然后请他们看那个。
什么？你有没有音源线？
没有，但应该够大声。
不行吧？这样听不到。还是你们do you guys want to sit close to this？ 音源线吗？是这个不是 HDMI 吗？为什么
？I don't know.
Do you want to ask 那个助教过来帮忙 set up 吗？
这是助教，
不是，是那个国传助教。
OK，
天慧助教。
好啊。
要从这边投出声音这样子。
你可以去接那些音源吗？
有啊，就 HDMI 是影跟音是一起的。不确定。
明明学起来。
好。
没有，他的输出那应该是选错了。
确定不行吗？
因为刚刚播影片的时候也都是从这台电脑。
它是隐藏，原来它是隐藏。还有个可以调音乐。
其实你们右下角调就好了。
右下。可以，这边也可以。
这个吗？
一起不是，我要点刚最上面那个。还是我。
右下角
这个
数位音讯。
有
是没有插入。
可是他没有插入，
这个是不是接触不好？
他没有吃到，
就是插的。
他没有吃到那个。
不然因为应该一插上就没有问题。
他们的 HDMI 线都有时候会。
对。
是未插入，这是
未插入。
要有这个，
它只有读到。
借一台电脑来就好了，借一台电脑，不一定要用你的啊，不一定要用你的问题。
换根线。
你觉得是线的问题啊？
正常线应该就可以了。
那个先随便换一台试试看。Grace，can I use？I
need my trigger.
Do you have HDMI port?
You need to.
Oh, okay. Does anyone have a
Windows computer?
PC like a system?
PC.
有吗
I think you need the same.
你有 HDMI？
是。
你 Apple 为什么会有 HDMI？
Because hers was newer.
Pro 有。
对。
你是用公司经费吗？
没有，这是我从大一用的。
真假的？天哪！
我要播一个影片。
这个线
就随便，我们只是试。
先看是不是？
因为我觉得这个大家要听那个英文，然后只靠这喇叭是听不到的，不行。
HDMI 2.0。
可能
有声音啊，不要问。
对啊，都有声音。
如果不行的话，明明就下去再接一条新的，或是去子宇那边接一条。查看。这边吧，这边。
会不会是喇叭？
而且未插入，那喇叭可以帮我检查一下。
播一支影片。
现在有声音，是鸟声吗？
对，鸟在外面，不是那个。
你现在去找那个子宇天慧或者子宇，
然后再接一台 HDMI 线。
先去找天慧或者子宇。他现在是网络找可以说。真的。你的电脑有任何音乐？它有跳一个 apps PJ 然后那个 apps。 不然就解散，大家自己回去，没有，自己回去看 YouTube， 自己回去看，但很好看哦，真的超好看的。
Do you want me to go get speakers or something? I know.
Speaker?
Do you need?
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't know if like that would, because the sound is the problem, right?
Yes.
Then
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's like HDMI. Yeah. Maybe speaker will.
Okay.
Who are you going to borrow?
I'm just gonna go to the general building. My office and iMac is fine. I usually borrow.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, there's no singing.
Yeah, so I think it's laptops. 那可以用你的 laptop。对，只是它有。
我觉得
等下
接触不了。
我可能查，我怕它会没。哦，好。你有电线吗？有。哦，那我把它调到最大声好了。但我想它要怎么调？到时候有什么遥控器的人？然后回家。我看我们。请勿开启。我也想把它变大声。对，这个不能调太好笑。没有预设，没有音量，没有啊，这音源，对，这总音量好了，有了，好，可以播。Okay, let's turn off the light and then. 我再来插电。那我放，那我再来看。可以了，他的电脑是可以的。对，是电脑。然后，对 ，OK， 谢谢。我拿电话。好，谢谢。没有插电。
哇，
你的已经最大声了吗
？It doesn't like it.
这么惨？那个明明的那条线，赶快再追回来。插紧一点就好。插紧。
就是线。
你的是最大声的吗？
他不能，他只要接的就是这边。
哦，好。我已经努力调很大声。听得到吧？还是很小声，他声音从这边出来的，就是没有什么遥控器。
那两个喇叭
它是从那个，对，它是从那旁边有可以调。Can you hear very well?
这个已经是最大的。
它不能调电脑，它只要一插就是要外部装置的。
已经调到最大。
你去找子宇来。好。In this documentary, they're talking about 3 players from 3 countries.
Wow.
音响不能放干这个。没有，这个画面的。你说音响没有？不是用音响，不要放干脆把那个调。好。感觉他自己有。他从那个统计出来。对，这个调一调都没有差。 这样比较大声吗？没有。有吗？不是。This is probably how I would try to explain to someone who's not familiar with it. At least that's what I did to my parents.
从那些 DMI 出来，
对啊 ，HDMI 是从那边传，
对啊，不对，要再接一原线，再一原线。
要接一原线，
对，不然它就直接从那边出来，直接从那边。
对对 ，HDMI 不会放好，因为原线再去接就可以。对，
没有到那个扩展值，
那你再去接小一原线。
可以啊，然后你传过来。
就是这边是插这个耳机。
对，那它就不会重复。这里。
When the prices started coming, I was like, oh, well, we have like so many systems. I said, well, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. And it's just progressing cheaper.
First, at the top level, they just do like lots of adaptation. Something like a beautiful mind, where you see like all kinds of things and using all this information to make your next move.
I see it in a lot of ways similar to basketball, just like a Final Five game. And work together and utilize each other's strengths and synergizing everything together. Teamwork and trust and sacrifice, and those are all true for every team.
It's a game that unites everyone. It doesn't matter what country you're from or race you are. It's kind of formed for the share. And when you're part of this tight-knit group of people, it's like having a second family. That's something you never let go.
Everyone's looking for something. Fame, satisfaction. It gives you the ability to become someone else. Someone who is powerful, who can take down 5 opponents, express their creativity, break the rules without actually getting arrested. All of these reasons are in there somewhere. The player himself might not even know, he might not even understand it himself. But it's there.
Oregon. No, are you from Oregon?
I'm not from Oregon. I'm from Missouri.
I'm Missouri.
I'm a very competitive person. When it comes to sports, I consider gaming a sport. So I use my competitiveness when I feel it with Dota. So that to feel that side of me completely. Ferry's one of the best in America, if not the best. He has a lot of experience. He's one of the old hogs, basically. And he's generally just a calm guy. So in my opinion, that's a strength.
Really good matchup. I remember my coach was watching him play. He was talking about taking game up and like, he came in always had nothing good things to say. He wasn't picking on the team just reasonable. Yeah, he just wasn't tall enough, I guess. So I know that he got really devoted in that stuff. Just something else that worked.
是中文字幕。为什么只有你在投影吗？
Go to school, go to college, and he would tell me, I want to be able to play games and get paid for it. Now he said this at a very young age before Dota ever came along, and I thought, you know, he's gonna grow out of it. He's tired of sitting there in front of that computer playing.
I've been searching for a lot of stress on us in terms of our education. I would say it's been tough on me trying to juggle both studies and gaming at the same time. My grades have dropped for like 2 years already, and my parents have treated the gaming as a console. I mean, there was this phrase that they use. Gaming will be the death of you.
He's a good player and great character. He's the top player.
My parents and my family don't actually speak much of my gaming career. They don't tell their friends and my other relatives that I'm cheated with my games. Not a lot of them have only been bragging about my studies because I used to get A's and go on and on. And it seemed like that was the only thing that they could tell me about. actually there's only been one person that's always been very supportive of me gaming. That was my ex-girlfriend, Ryan. She's from in Singapore. There are a lot of things that we share in life, so many things. In my case, it felt really good, to have someone who truly appreciated what you did best and loved me for it. She's aware of what I'm doing and what I'm passionate about. The breakup was her decision, and I respected it. We've been together for close to 3 years, and ever since the breakup, I haven't gotten on it. I recall the last time she spoke to me, she named me as a pastor. So. Well, they are not in contact anymore, yeah, but life goes on. I'm from Ukraine, my nickname is Danny. I finished my university and I will play the movie right now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Сказки. Здесь он исполнял главные роли. Зрители всегда восхищались его артистичностью. Их детская группа выступала, Данила очень выделялся.
When we were growing up, it wasn't good time financially for our family. But my grandma helped us to get our first computer in 1997, early, comparing with other kids in Ukraine. We got visitors every day. The friends of my older brother used to come to visit us, and we were playing games.
And Danil, every time, look what you do. Every time we try to push him away, but he come back and look again.
Это было все в большей степени, чем у моих детей.
During all his conscious life, we were trying to stop him from playing. We were hiding our computer cord everywhere in our apartment, but he always found it.
Мне всегда хотелось его больше понять, даже его то увлечение, мне хотелось больше понять, и были на то причины, я не буду о них сейчас говорить. Ну, думаю, где-то в душе он, наверное, немножко жалеет, что он...
She stopped preventing him from playing Dota. She gave Dandy the freedom to choose what is the best for him in his life.
Tournaments back then were like really low prizes, and a lot of prize money didn't even get to the players. There's been a lot of scams with managers and stuff like that. There were like some rumors that it's gonna be like $50,000 first place, and everyone was going like, nah, it's not gonna be like that.
Watch the forums go nuts, guys! Watch the forums go nuts! It is actually confirmed. It is off the frickin' hook. $1.6 million prize pool. That's for the winner. $1 million for winning Dota.
Dota, the game I've played for 5 years now, which I played for fun, for some food money or whatever, you know. Okay, it's actually getting big.
It's the largest prize pool of any gaming competition to date. It just felt like the start of something big, like a revolution.
You know, we had everything we needed for the game to become big and respected as an esport.
It would kind of like vindicate us. We're not just playing because we're addicted. There's a goal, a motive that we can actually reach out and grab if we are good enough.
Over in Asia, professional gamers are treated like rock stars. It's a viable career opportunity.
They actually live in gamer houses, so it's set up to be a thing all year long. I think their approach to practice is that it's like a day job.
The fan base is immense. It probably is as big as the whole Western audience together, or even more than that.
So now you really have to play good. You really have to try hard.
It's first place, it's go big or go home. But the big teams get big money. But the 9th to 16th place are nothing, and their salaries are not worth considering. While in sports, you have a salary that you can live on.
With pro gaming, I think that's one of the toughest parts is living game to game. It's like living paycheck to paycheck. Like, I have to win. If I don't win, I don't get paid. That's a tough living for anybody. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
When your child wants to become a professional gamer, you don't have any history to look back on, like other sports. I don't know anybody who's made a living at gaming. So it's kind of a scary thing when you see your kid putting their whole life into gaming and not college and not the traditional things. What if nothing comes of it?
Regarding the age, I think yes, like 25, 26 years, it's absolutely maximum for esports. Because 27, 28, 29, 30, your reaction time is lowering and you can click so much, you know, like kids do.
A lot of financial responsibility upon me right now require me to be successful in something or have a job. So it's pretty critical that I am successful if I want to continue with like the gaming career.
He's an A-star student, you know, because of this gaming is working right now. It's very sad for me. So here the bad one is that until he's the one that always come here and nag. Yeah. Am I right? Huh? Sorry? Am I right? H1, multi-millionaire. For gaming. Sorry, you are not. What is your view? What is your plan? That is more important. I mean, we speak ourselves, we speak our friend. Okay, it's your choice. What do you want? That is more important.
If I'm gonna win this tournament, my first thought would be I'll call my beginners, and right now for me is if I'm gonna win this tournament, my first thought would be that I'll call her, I'll tell her about it, and I want to share this moment with her.
This tournament is going to be a moment in every gamer's life. Everything that you've been doing is building up and is going to happen over 1 week. And then it's not 1 week anymore, it's one game. And then it's not that one game, it's that one moment in the game. And then that one moment in the game is where it's going to finish. And how's it going to finish? Are you going to be holding up a trophy? Or are you going to be the most disappointed that you've ever been?
It's Tuesday, so one day before the event. We already have a lot of setup. We have a lot of computers set up right here. Whole booth construction pretty much finished.
So 5 players per side, they can see each other through the glass, they can't hear each other. This booth is soundproofed up, plus the whole setup here, if you look from above, looks exactly like a donut match. This is the mid, this is where it all happens.
A few teams have already arrived this morning. We had a lot of teams from Singapore, we had China, we had Malaysia coming in, and Russia, and tomorrow it's finally happening.
We're here live at Gamescom 2011 in beautiful Cologne.
It's the first day of the event. We've got some of the world's best teams here in Dota.
And they're handing out a tournament prize of $1.6 million. It is massive here. A tournament of $1.6 million. That's a huge joke gaming. This is awesome.
It's the first time to see teams of this caliber assembled in one location.
These guys are not just nameless faces. They're the best in the world.
The bunch of teams we have here, there's a few teams that have individual skill that's unbelievable. And then there's a big group of other teams that have good individual skill, not top-notch, but who win through good strategy and team play. Fear is a great player, for example, but he is not comparable to good players in Asia. And that's nothing against Fear, because he's still an excellent player, but he's not them. Over in Asia, they take gaming so much more seriously. Just to give you an example, the Korean football team were playing in the World Cup. To motivate the Korean football team to play better, they brought in StarCraft Brood War professional gamers into their locker room before they went out, so that they got to meet what were their heroes.
In China, Dota is to the people there what StarCraft is to Korea. It's televised. The girls like their boyfriends to be Dota players. After a game, when they're walking around, you can see fans running up to them, asking them to sign their shirts. It's like a real sport.
The third time I was in China, I was playing with fans for 2 days. They made a video with me, filming me walking in some mountains, and I had to say some sentences and stuff. On the other side of the world. And I was like, yeah, in Dota, there's always a new mountain to climb, stuff like this, you know. And I walked up and down these stairs and started running and lifting some weights, and just to compare this with Dota, like some metaphor and stuff.
郑经义，他在中国，他就是一个被国家体育总局承认的体育项目，它跟羽毛球、乒乓球、象棋一样，只不过它是一个非奥项目。
I will say that China teams are all great. Every player in the team is strong. You don't recognize China players as a player, just recognize them as a whole team. You just fear the whole team.
The Chinese teams that come to this competition, they're scaring the shit out of everyone else.
We had two of the top Chinese teams in our group.
Online Kingdom has not been regarded as one of the favorites to win it. In fact, we would consider bottom 4 or just bottom 8 for sure.
This is our first time on LAN together. The team together has only been around for around 4 to 5 months, so it's a relatively new team. And Mike Cat, our newest addition, playing carry for us. He's only been on the team for 3 weeks now, actually.
We were really nervous going against the Chinese team, especially the top Chinese teams.
There's going to be players that choke handling this kind of pressure at such a young age.
1437, like this is the first time he's like ever been on LAN. It's not easy. Like, this is $1 million tournament, first time he's been on LAN.
This stage, this prize money, this prestige, this is real competition.
We tried to keep our cool together and we just played our game.
We were super hyped. Everyone was leaving.
Online Kingdom dominating right now.
After the match against Tailu, we just beat one of the teams that were actually favored to win. And so everyone's like spirits were like, oh, we may be able to actually do this, you know?
They're from different countries.
Beating the Chinese teams, some people just, you know, for fun, they started, okay, hey, it's okay, Nirvana, they're the China Slayers.
A few little bit surprises that we had yesterday, quite a few upsets. OK Nirvana International managing to beat 2 Chinese teams in a row, beating out Tailu and OK Nirvana CN. They're currently on the roll now, and Chinese teams are not unbeatable. But on the other hand, Jih-Hsuan it has proved that they have been the strongest out of the 4 Chinese teams, having a clean 3-0 record. They are the favorites to win the whole tournament. So they come in with the confidence that they've won 7 championships already. It's always a little bit national pride at stake. So of course they want to prove that Chinese Dota is a little bit above the rest. Even with one of the oldest Chinese Dota organizations, they've always been at the top of competitive gaming. Most memorable during ESWC 2010.
Before ESWC 2010, I thought like, yeah, okay, the Chinese, they're probably pretty good, but like, how good can they be? And then we played Yih-Hsuan, who won the tournament without losing a single match. Like, they just crushed everything.
Yih-Hsuan finished the year as the best team in history of Dota.
They were just on a totally different level. Like, they had their manager sitting behind them. He was making their calls. He was running around with this little black book. And they were the first team I heard of who did that. The Yih-Hsuan manager copying down the draft, doing the prep work. He was the coach. There was a great interview that was done, and it lined up all the top Euros who attended, and the topic was Yih-Hsuan.
So Yih-Hsuan won. What do you think of the Chinese guys?
I never felt my entire life.
Like the timing, the design. They really control the game, the whole game, and they keep this control all the time. This is very crazy.
是因为我们在任何国际赛场的时候，所有的国外战队的经理和队员看到我们的时候，全体都会大声的喊“你好”，你知道那是一个多么壮观的场面吗？这是一个故事，是一个风俗，就是当大家看到以后的时候，他们就自然而然的认为王者要入场。
During this trip to the international, it's actually the same period as my exam periods. I treated it as a sacrifice that I have to make for the team and for myself. And I find that when it comes to pursuing your passions, it's really up to you to decide of the sacrifice.
When they're having exam, they not allow him to leave the school. So I told him already, remind yourself.
Setting out a career in gaming is risky. Because the examinations actually clash with the competition, and missing the exams without a proper explanation, the school didn't recognize the Dota competition as a valid reason. It's kind of breaking school rules.
And the school is very determined to stop him from pursuing his chance of going for this test. So I think this has created a big stress for the family.
This mother very headache, you know. It's difficult to pull him out right now, I think. You know, he's so adamant about it. So that's why when I said, then what are you going to do?
I think my mother, she was kind of how much gaming has been weighing me down. That was really the talk where I really opened my heart. I really found my passion for the game and how much I believe that my team actually has the potential to win, to be the best in the world. So we are stopping at nothing as that first. This is how I try to put it across to my mom. By giving up so much to come here, I have absolute confidence in my team that we will win.
All right, the draft is underway. Yih-Hsuan, they will select up their heroes. Cycle will start selecting theirs. Looking now at both the teams, it looks like Yih-Hsuan, they're fairly relaxed, while Sight, you know, they're eager. They're all gathering around HY to pick.
If you have a losing draft, you will lose a game. That is what I think after that. So it's really a lot on drafting.
Drafting is where two captains will select what they want to play with. What heroes are selected and what heroes are taken in. You can select 5 heroes out of a pool of over 100, and you can also remove 4 of those heroes. So 4 heroes you think your opponent will want to use, you can remove.
Before any game, any match, we will decide our band and picks according to which team we are fighting. Usually we would come up with very impromptu strategy to try and fight the threat. Then you really have to spend a lot of time thinking of the draft. The draft actually decides a lot of the game itself.
Yih-Hsuan, they're a team with so much experience. They already know the way they want to roll this one out. The only thing that's really going to make it or break it for them is if they can get their execution right.
In that particular matchup, we felt that we needed something that could in them.
And Tiny looks to be the last pick up here from Sight. An interesting pick up there by Sight is going to start to change around the lanes completely now.
With Tiny, it is good as a surprise strat. If another team doesn't realize where he fits into the whole lineup, then you can really throw the opposition off balance.
He's moving away, but no HY. He'll just turn around and just pop Selena. I want to point out right now that Yih-Hsuan, they are not noobs. This is just like playing an amazing game.
When you have such a huge audience and you know that everyone is at home watching the game, they have their hopes pinned on you, and I feel that There's so much at stake.
And they should be able to clean it up right now. Tiny is in a taunting to launch, and he definitely gets the kill. We got 357 getting nailed out there. Nature's Broken getting it the last in it as well. This the entire team down for Ehart. This is GG. This is now a double rack for the lead. And Ehart, they're going to disconnect. We have our first winners bracket finalists. Sight will advance. Ehart will drop down into the losers bracket. And Sight will now finish up this game.
Yeah, the 1 million is 1 million. That's a lot. It's gonna make my time playing this game all worth it. The thing smoking would do me any good.
Yeah. When you start talking.
2 years back. 2 years back. Bad move. On bad terms. Feels like she's moved on already. Back then when she was playing the game, it felt like we had something we shared. Yeah, but right now it's like I think she's following Sylvan's, but probably Sylvan's big. I hope I will get to make a phone call. Yeah. Finally, I'll have something I'm proud of to tell her about. Finally.
When you played the Russians and the Ukrainians, they were just the unpredictable teams. I had no idea what the Russians were thinking. That was their best weapon.
No, we having fun. We trying to relax. We trying to scare our opponent. Mind games. I turn off my brain in the way of being scary of someone.
One of the things I really admire about him is how he hasn't really had an easy life, but he's always so upbeat. He's always so cheerful.
When he first came on the Dota scene, he looked like a 12-year-old boy. Everyone was just like, who is this kid? There's no way you could take this guy seriously. And then he would destroy you in games.
Когда я видела, показали даже где-то в интернете, как он работает с клавиатурой. И это действительно завораживает. Я думаю, что Данилу, может быть, и где-то пригодилась его игра на фортепиано, потому что руки у него совершенно потрясающие.
He can make really good moves. His moves, I think, are unique, and they might win you the game. Like, he wants to rely completely on skill. He wants like an enemy against him, and he wants to kill him through skill, nothing more. He wants to win the game. His disadvantage is that he doesn't have patience. He wants to make those moves.
He can get a little bit too silly in games. He will try new and different things. He will overextend in team fights because he believes he can get the kill.
And his impatience can go too far, and he might lose the game for us.
Oh, Fury, he's going to go in. This should be the first blood. They got the sprout on Sanjik as well. There's probably going to be a double. Denny's ulti. It hits. Denny, no, he cannot be. This is Denny, through and through. Starts with a Hex, goes to Cold Snap. He locks it in place. Weaver, really close to death. Manages to time lapse back out again. Dandy will TP back to safety. So GG being called by IG Na'Vi. They will take the game. Our winners bracket finals are going to be Na'Vi versus Sight.
Most teams that you see that have the most fan bases are full nationality. Our team is all spread out across the world.
He does have it a little harder than us,
because he doesn't really have this human support that we do.
Well, the hardest thing I had to really deal with in my life is just trying to convince my family about my gaming career. It's really, really difficult, especially when you start out slow, but you know there's a future for something and you put a lot of time in and they keep telling you, like, you should probably get a real job. Well, I was born in the Los Angeles district in Lancaster, California. I lived there with my dad and my mom. Around 2 years old, my dad left my mom. He didn't really say anything. He just packed up and left. She's had to raise us both while going to law school at the same time.
It wasn't real easy as far as just got out of law school, didn't have a job, had huge student loans to pay back. This job came up, and so we moved here on our own. So I've been raising them by myself ever since. So is a photo album that I made Clinton for as he was growing up. I put pictures in it as we went along. My sons were both really active into sports and they wanted to do a lot, so I had to limit them. They could choose 2 per season. That was maximum for me, being able to get them to practice and go watch their games. That was tough. And Clinton sent in on Santa's lap, his brother Santa.
My brother's more angry at my father for leaving than I am. He thinks about him, he gets upset. Compared to me, I just block him out and pretend it doesn't exist.
Oh, Clinton already starting video games here.
You're sitting at his house, playing Dota, doing it competitively, had a sponsor team and everything like that. But I think that's when it probably started getting on his mom's nerves.
I have a crazy sleeping schedule. I'm on a European team, so sometimes I have to stay up at pretty ridiculous hours or wake up at ridiculous hours. So the standard day for me is not so standard.
All the nights he'd be up, so the dog would be up too with him, and that would keep her awake most of the nights, and this is kind of where the tension got pretty high.
This went on for years, and it came to the point where I just told him, I said, you know what, you just need to go somewhere else.
So I got kicked out of my house because of my gaming.
When Clinton first moved in here, he was looking for a desk and there wasn't a room, and I had a lot of stuff that we're getting ready. And Clinton went out there and he came back in with this green desk and he goes, "This is perfect."
So I didn't have a monitor, so I went to my friend and he had a CRT monitor, so I got that. And then obviously I have 2 books here to punch that up so I can actually see the monitor. So it's kind of a ghetto setup, even when I go to competition. Like any differently on the nice setups compared to this one.
Clinton's like the Rocky. He's the best players, and honestly, I didn't even know he was that big.
In the North American scene, there weren't many good American players known back then. Everybody respected Fear.
A lot of the people I knew, they quit the game. They moved on, stuff like that, but I stuck with it, so I ended up being like one of the oldest players.
With all of his years of experience and all of his constant commitment to the game, he's really shown that he doesn't give up.
Growing up without my father, I think in the end, like not having someone there to teach me, the guy side and having a father to help you up, I think that has actually probably made me like personal. I just make sure everything's running smoothly on the team. I kind of play like the father figure, I guess.
As a captain, I guess he felt he had that responsibility as well. And he was like, he did tell me one time, like, if you need someone to talk to, he would be here. So I kind of see him as a Dota brother.
I've never had an ego, like thinking I'm better than anyone else. I'm always there willing to help people who are new to the scene. And that's always been kind of my role in the game. I'm just helping players get up for the most part.
Fear actually brought me into the scene. It's very hard to get yourself out there. I mean, back then I fanboy of him, watching his games and whatnot, and he gave me a shot to play at a high level.
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for fear. I can guarantee you that.
Going into the match, we were all saying WFC didn't do so well earlier, but
if we lost that game, we couldn't win anything, so it was a high-risk game.
36 minutes in, almost a 7,000 gold advantage in favor of MUFC.
Towards the end of the game, we made a couple mistakes that put 2 heroes on the sideline for us, and they had all 5 still up and decided that they were going to go for a throne.
We were really close to losing our throne. It's below 20% HP.
And Online Kingdom, they are so close to the point from this tournament.
We just needed to do something. So I ran in first, and then they all went on me instead of focusing on the throne, which is good.
Again by Silver Cross Fear. He's trying to retreat. He turns into a pig. How the hell is he still alive? They push MUFC back.
We made this huge comeback where we killed all of the heroes, started pushing.
Silver Cross is down. Mobley, he's out of this. The top racks will go. There's no way now that MUFC can come back. There will be Online Kingdom eliminating MUFC. What an incredible...
Our whole team just went crazy.
Leading Online Kingdom to do the impossible. I've never seen anything like that. And stay tuned, we'll be back.
Ski trip. We are 2008 WC winners. One of the best Asian teams, but we don't afraid them, even fight them. I don't know about my teammates, but I don't feel scared at all. I feel like I want to crush my enemy. That's how that's it.
Welcome to the winners bracket final, where Scythe goes up against Navi. The winner gets a slot in the grand final.
I was watching for them, and their draft was very scary. We were like caught off by surprise, but we were like, we're gonna win this, man. We're gonna win this and show them who's boss.
Besides the base, take all the best players from Singapore and put them in our lineup. Navi, they look cool, calm, and collected. They know exactly what they've got to do. It all comes down to gameplay right now. And I gotta say, Navi's lineup, it is not unbeatable. So now they get a little initiation and possible kill. HY is gonna get caught. Now bottom lane, Ellen Blaze, Sven's done. No, Sven will go down in a line of heaven. He's helped out, but then he gets lost in. Navi are dominating this final. Now Navi, they're going to take the chance in. They're going to go in for the GG, and GG is the call from HY first. Navi are already off their computers. They're not even sticking around. They've got the GG. Navi are into the grand finals and will play for the $1 million. Side go down. They will face the winner.
We had just lost our confidence match against Navi. It was actually quite a blow to us. And the game was really the turning point for me, because I actually learned that in life you can only trust in yourself actually. Not in the sense that you can't trust people, but yeah, like I said, the ones who will never let you down is yourself.
Within the gaming world, I'd like to be the first place. It's like I'm following in behind my mother's footsteps. Basically, she worked really hard to get where she is. And I kind of want to be the same way. I want to work hard for whatever I do. For me, I've never really had a dad, so if I had any questions about anything, the person that I was most comfortable talking to was my mom. She definitely had the most influence on my life. When she comes home from work, she's always, anxious to bring up the subject, how she, won a big case. And I'm always proud of her when she wins these big cases, because I know it means a lot to her. In the back of my head, I'm always like, if I do well and if I win this tournament, you know, I'll finally be able to prove like I'm getting something.
Over towards the grid, and whoever wins this match will be facing up against Jih-Hsuan, but whoever will lose it is going to be eliminated already. And Jih-Hsuan, they're looking really strong.
We had a stronger late here. It was a better team fight. Just all we had to do was just control the pushes.
That's Cliff! The stun on Sandy, those flash as well. They're going to claim a win run of will they? Yes, they do! It's 2-0 for Online Kingdom. Moscow 5, not the start they wanted, but Online Kingdom.
We were so close to winning until some few mistakes that occurred in the late game.
They might go now, but there's 4 heroes sitting right next to each other. The timing is wrong. It looks a little...
There's communication problems because we're an international team, so I think full nationality teams have an advantage over most teams.
There, big try. Beard's in trouble though. He shackles and Lacoste is in. He cast his only as well.
And it just fell apart from there.
They just slowly beat us down. Eventually, they just broke our base and took off every single one of our axes.
This is really hurting Online Kingdom. They've lost 3. Enigma popped. The team is wide for Online Kingdom. The base will be taken. And Moscow 5 will now play Jih-Hsuan and advance in the tournament. Now, Online Kingdom, they are out. So much promise. It didn't happen in the end for Fear and the rest of Online Kingdom. And it'll be Moscow 5.
I think everybody on the team was very emotional. I could only imagine how he was feeling.
Some people take it more personally and they give everything to win.
It was very satisfying knowing that we reached that top 8, but we had better expectations for our team and we come a long way and saw thanks this year.
Don't go as far as you thought you were going to be. Yes, you end up in tears or something.
Also really disappointed, but I guess that's just how it goes. When I get back home, I need to make a big decision in my life, like just the benefits of playing Dota professionally, how much I can make from it, and how much I might really need to put in it to be 100%. So the only way I would ever do that is if I move in with my teammates and have like a training house with them, so I know for sure we're all dedicated.
I think things happen for a reason, and when things happen, you just do your best and continue going forward with it. I mean, deep down inside, I know this career is going to work out for me in the end.
冠军的争夺者，而我们中国战队呢，我也是非常的希望，也相信能从我们的败者组杀回来。目前来看的话，很可能前3强将会是由 Navi、Zef 以及我们中国这样的一支，我个人是希望是Jih-Hsuan。
那么感性上来说呢，肯定是Jih-Hsuan，我们自己中国的战队又是一个老牌的战队。
They need to get this kill this time, but we wait. It's a little piglet and it's dead. Slide. Hey, 2R, he's almost dead. Burrow strike, epicenter, 357. It's a double kill by the Weaver. Jih-Hsuan, they'll lose FCP as well. Moscow 5, casualties of war. Holy hell!
在中国，这个游戏已经是相当的职业化。 他们有一个成绩上的压力，他们如果不拿中国战队如果不拿到成绩的话，或者输给国外队的话，国人会给他们质疑，也会造成很多。
Now Lion though is going to find Team frogs him up. Fingers already started this. The Stun Knock in a lot of trouble. Really good out of position. They overfly him, but hits on nothing. Leading over the air.
这是形成中国打世界的局面。这本来就是我的本职工作，如果拿冠军的话是应该的。来这里就是来拿冠军的，我每天都会跟他们说，我们一定要做到这件事，我们必须要做到这件事。
Support team being an FCB is the first time. Misery overcommits on the top lane.
他们真的能感觉到，他们真的很想这个冠军。
Wants the tower of PLT to number this FCB. What a time for a frog!
但是他们看我们打的比赛，他们就觉得根本就赢不了。
This is where my dad works. For as long as I remember, man. He's doing logistics for the company here. So it involves the shipping of the containers from one place to another. When I was younger, he used to work 15 to 16 hours a day. He's pretty much given up. It's always focus on my life, focus on my studies, so as to not follow in his footsteps. He doesn't want me to, be slogging as hard as he is right now. But the chance to be the best in the world, that's something you don't get it much in life.
I heard my son say, in working at this Dota, we spend a lot of time, you get nothing. For me, it's disappointing. Never go to school, you want to play computer. Then morning, sleep. Then computer until the next day morning, sleep. The whole day at least 15 hours at computer there. It's like my work. My son to study more. Don't let me never study. When I was young, I also set a time job. Always spend time to study. But now, hoping my son continue to study education better than me. This is my hope.
For each try, I think it was a great choice, a brilliant choice, because he was confident that he could win. It's an opportunity that you shouldn't miss out.
So get ready, sign in, log in, play around, test a little bit, and then join the lobby in about 4 minutes. Okay.
It's once in a lifetime chance. If you miss it, you might be gone forever. You might not experience it again.
And we have a rematch. Ehome versus Side. Ehome facing up against a team that forced them into the lower bracket.
The psychological pressure is immense, especially upon the drafter, because he's the one who is in the end responsible for the team's picks.
Shadow Fiend, alrighty. Then it's HY is SF. Everyone knows how to counter a Shadow Fiend. It's a very bold pickup here by Side. The fact that if Side win the early game, they're going to gain so much momentum. If they don't, the Ehome will basically roll themselves into the grand final. HY, BKB, pretty soon benefits a great strike. Getting cannon, and he wants HY, catches up to him, and he brings him down. Come out! See, he honks! Joey, he wants to leave, but there's just no mana! He gets it, Joey! If he can pull off an ulti like that, he doesn't really have to reveal himself to his opponent. He can really just initiate. Oh, there he goes! HY just managed to pop off an ultimate. Earthshake already dead. A2O really gunning for HY. They're already 3 gone, making that 4. There's a double kill for the A. Right now, there is a GG. Good game called by HY. Side have had enough now. Ehome will advance. The Chinese will stay alive as they will
The first placing was very important to me. And to add on to that, my studies was also at the same time affected by everything. So everything was related. When everything comes falling down at the same time, it's quite hard to handle. Things are all changed. So you gotta like plan your life again. I've learned a lot.
You gotta realize that's the toughest part, I feel. I don't do it alone. So if you try to do everything by yourself, it's not gonna be possible, you know.
And I told myself that winning isn't necessary because there's so many more things in life. How you take care of the people you love. That's the very important thing. Is ever.
Geçmişiz guys. It's not fair. Geçmişiz. I just woke up. It's not fair. My haircut still crazy. No. But I don't care. Everything. So.
We are now at the final day of the International Dota 2 Championships. It is Navi. They have one game event sitting very, very sweetly in the grand final. Who will get a shot at the $1 million?
Navi was running the same strategy the whole time and no one seemed to be able to counter him.
Navi loves pushing from minute 10, trying to end the game at minute 15. Those strategies are very sensitive because if you fail even once, it can become a very difficult game for you. Jih-Hsuan has been known for how well they defend their base. So if there was a team that could stop Navi's push, it would be Jih-Hsuan.
And let's get this game underway. The players will start to pick up their heroes with $1 million at stake. Navi will need to win 2. Jih-Hsuan will need to win 3.
Running a very, very old school strategy with 3 core heroes, Jih-Hsuan managed to survive Navi's onslaught early.
It's all on Denny. PLD TP'd himself in. Denny will retreat back out to the tower. Pulling himself away. Yes, there it is. Last hit. 3-5-7. The better manager brings down Denny in the middle.
Every time you see Denny perform, he's always playing very well, and he usually doesn't lose his lanes.
So they like his impatience is that Chinese teams, they are patient. They look out for the fact that you might cross the line, and they will take you and kill you and win the game through those situations.
Trouble in this lane again. There's already the guy 3-5-7 PLD. Everyone is right on top of Denny. He's in the wrong place.
The way Navi played, they really gamble basically.
Then he's already been tamed to shut down. There was a single kill to his name as well. Now Navi going to stop inside the base. Watch our style. T3 WS. What? After the wrong place. Do the copy. He's rolling up. Rogan bottom line. Heaven on everyone. Back to Jih-Hsuan. Hard will go down. They want the initiative of Navi. They need to fall back.
They take your little upsets and just win the game through those mistakes.
GG from Navi. Jih-Hsuan is celebrating right now inside the booth. Navi cannot believe it. They've dominated this tournament up till now, and Jih-Hsuan takes the first match so convincingly.
That was the first loss of Navi during the whole tournament. They went undefeated until the grand final.
We're going to have a 15-minute break and be right back here soon. Navi, they need to compose themselves. Jih-Hsuan, well, they just need to be awesome. What a play by them.
And those actually make me pretty sad.
We try to put family pictures here. This is our mom and dad, and I think that this one is our favorite actually.
My childhood, we lived full life, and Dad was working for all our life.
But he helped us in every problem. I just ask him and he do everything for me, for Katya, for Daniel as well. But Daniel's and Farah was like friends.
Действительно, мой муж был просто фанатичным рыбаком. Данил был, ну, я бы сказала, можно сказать, его самым лучшим учеником по рыбалке. Данил имеет такое же терпение, такую же выдержку, как и его папа. Он мог часами сидеть и смотреть на поплавок, который даже не пытался дергаться.
They can see with no speaking for hours and just enjoy each other's company. They understood each other without words.
One day I was going fishing, but Dad never showed up. And when I came home, it's already super late. He was still in bed. He went to hospital. He decided to stay for a few weeks, you know, so we watch everything, stuff like this. And cancer.
It was a very big shock for me because he was very thin. I cannot understand this is my father. I was sure that it must be okay, but it's very short time.
I was really sad and was crying a lot. I was sad about I couldn't say him many times how much I love him.
Ну, после того, как папы не стало, он не ездил на рыбалку ни разу. Ни разу. То есть пока это все осталось в прошлом.
Actually, I spent more time on your computer because I could not think about it. It's like distractor. It was like a start time actually, the push to play more. And that's maybe one of the reasons why I'm playing now. Maybe I wouldn't play at all.
The relationship of Daniil and my mom grew stronger these days. They support each other and they are very good friends. I think that is very important for Daniil.
You know, 5 years ago I wouldn't care about many things. Now I'm thinking about it a lot. Something knock you down, you need to learn to get up. So I'm trying to research this. To learn to get up. This is the most important moment in my life because everything I worked on wasn't useful, and now I have a chance to win this tournament for my family.
And Navi playing in the grand finals. Navi just lost one game versus Yo, and it's 1-1. So both teams have to win 2 matches. Win the $1 million.
Because our picks look completely different. We were like passive and stuff. People thought like we lost the first game, we're gonna lose the second game. We were maybe a little bit demoralized. We really needed to change to a different pick. We were missing something.
А они, по-моему, взяли просто, чтобы у нас был сильный тимфайт на замес 5-5.
It was like last hero left and I never played it before.
And then we were like, Dandy, you go. And he's like, guys, I've never played it, but I can do it. So we took the risk of taking him and risking maybe playing him badly.
So it looks like down on that bottom lane, Dendi will be taking the Enigma. It is going to be a very, very rough lane.
Navi lost the game. They're playing something now that they're not as confident with. Ehom figured out Navi, figured out how to play against it. I'm going to stick to my word and I'm going to say Ehom will win it.
It was incredibly ballsy from Danny to do that on the verge of winning $1 million for your team.
这个行为真的是非常非常的愚蠢，这等于是一个可以说等于是一个自杀性的行为。
Dandy really now caught out. He's in trouble. Rocks the blade. FCB, long way in on the tower. Lands some tinkerous lasers into death. It will cost FCB his flag.
That we made some little mistakes. We played a really semi-type of like turtle strategy, really passive. We don't play like that.
Pumping and Dandy just want to retreat back out. 8-2-1. What a finisher. Penalty is there. Accurate slam as well. Beautiful play there by Ehorn.
But I know if I die not for nothing.
X in the mid lane. Force. Rocket. Laser. There's enough. Danny goes down the middle lane. Again, Ehorn controls.
Sometimes it can be like you dying, but your teammates picking up more.
Ehorn, they still want to push out that hit.
They weren't ready for the Enigma. It was a patient Enigma. That was the most patient Enigma in the
Is
world.
here. Danny as well. Gonna look for the hole. Black hole! Three-man goes down, baby.
Ronnie Navi, they have the advantage now.
That really impresses me how he's able to make that transition. You just have to have the balls, basically.
He was scared of losing. That's why he was so patient and he did everything right.
Their strategy is kind of similar to how Ehorn won.
Navi defeated them late game, and I think this really shattered Ehorn's confidence.
And GG is the call from Ehorn. Navi, they take the game, and they are only one win short of taking home $1 million.
Hardly won the second game.
So we get the point now. The gloves come off. Ehorn, they will master their knowledge, their experience, their calls up against Navi. And Puckway's last hero for Navi. Navi, Ever playing as a Beastmaster again, but Denny playing as the Buck this time. If Navi wins this clash of the Titans right here is something we will not want to miss. X will come in closer. They will get to get that kill. The entire Ehorn team turns on him. Rich will go down. FCP's on the run. The ball's up to chase. X long jump in. Then he opening up the high ground. FCP. And the Kelly's on the retreat. Yes, it is. Denny with the last right click. Ehorn now, they're going to rotate themselves down. Navi already in the pit. They're going to try and bring down Burchard. All five. Danny, he's going to jump out. He calling gets him. He holds him in the middle lane. Navi already on the way out of this. They're coming. Danny.
And we just looked in and demolished them.
Now, they're on top of the tier 3 tower. They're going to bring it down. Yes, it does. It goes down. Ehorn, the leader deep from the Navi. The onslaught will continue. The mid tower is already being pushed. The tier 4 tower is going to go down. They're running in right now. It's the rest of Navi. They're running forward to $1 million. And they will get it. The GG is the call from Ehorn. Navi have just won $1 million. Ehorn to take home $250,000 in second place. But Navi are the champions. There's moments of esports that are landmark, and this is one of them in Cologne. And Navi, the winners, you guys have just made history.
I was jumping on the sofa and screaming like crazy girl because I was the happiest girl in the world and my brother just won $1 million.
I think in 10 years' time, all the gamers which we currently have showing themselves, they're going to be the guys who will look back at it and say, this was the beginning, this is where it all started. These are the guys that worked hard and they took the risk, they proved themselves, and they forwarded the entire industry to the point where we could have a kickstart, we could show the world what we do, and then who knows how big we can get at that point.
We've come far already. When more and more people support it and it becomes more and more normal, it's going to go from a niche to becoming accepted in societies.
I think in 15 years, esports will be bigger than football, than basketball, than everything.
That kid who you thought played too many video games is potentially going to be on a path where he's earning $250,000 a year salary. He's flying the world. He's going to be endorsed. Gaming's the biggest entertainment industry in the world. So if you're a star, you are potentially one of the biggest stars in the world.
So if that, like everything else with computers, grows exponentially or whatever, then 5 to 10 years could be a big step actually.
Changing mindsets is never easy. So it's gonna take a while when the gamers now become parents we will be supportive of our kids playing, and I think that's really when everything will boom.
Training a local gaming team to go play national gaming competition held in Germany.
She's definitely proud of me. I mean, just at her camera, like, why are you taking a photo of the television? And I know she's really smart. She's a lawyer, so. But in the end, I think she'll be more understanding and be willing to support me more. So it worked out.
We were disappointed with our loss. Yeah, it's a mixture of both. We're happy and sad that we got third. Because of my own emotions, I felt like she was the one I wanted to share them with. And it got pretty clear only then that I had to get her back. After the tournament, I actually went back to look for her and talk things out. And we have actually began dating again. Yeah, and things are actually going great. Yeah. She played a huge role, a very huge part in the me today.
Masters in business.
1 week ago, it was 3,000 followers. I was happy, and then it's boom. It's not about the number. 1 or 2, I find. You don't need to show numbers actually.
My father, I think, didn't have time to understand what Daily is doing. We lost him too early, and if now he can see Danny.
Okay, so the other documentary, can you turn on the light for me? Free to State of Play also talks about 3 players in Korea, and you can see how they train students, train players for this. And Chen just told me that Dota, is it still the Dota game, the tournament? Oh, Dota 2 or Dota? Dota 2 this year. Guess how much? Last year, guess how much for the first prize? Like how much?
3 million.
30 million.
30 million?
34 million.
34 million.
Well, yeah, wow. Yeah, so it's a really booming industry. Yeah, so yeah, he said let's form a SDCU group, and I said our internet speed has already
Super slow.
super slow, lagging all the time. Yeah.
But not to have a really special system in esports industry because players can buy some product in game, and some part of the money will be the
We'll go to the award winning the cash prize.
Yeah.
So it's lasting a really long time. It looks like a really fun game. So it's my 4th time watching this documentary. Every time I enjoyed it a lot. So, well, the other one, State of Play, is a little bit. It talks about the scandal of cheating in Korean industry, even for esports, and they also talked about when a student is only like 15 years old. Oh no, I think it's only 14 years old. He has to choose whether he wants to pursue the career in esports or go to high school like a normal kid. So you can see how they struggle because the esport career starts very early. You will always retire after like 25 or 30 because your response time will become really slow after that. You can't compete with the young kids, and you can't click that not many when you get old. So I would say maybe we can have an outdoor tournament, esports for outdoors, that would be fun.
Casual gaming.
I really love to watch 60-year-old people esporting in VR. That would be, and boxing, so it would be very fun. So, you can see the industry is growing, so yeah, okay. We didn't have a break lot, so actually we're out of time, so let's just end the class today, and please think of your term paper, and any questions just shoot me an email. Ming has already posted the time that you can reserve the individual meeting, and let's first reserve the first week. The second week is for spare. If you have any other questions, then we can email and then or Skype or use Facebook. So I want to save more time for you to write your term paper instead of coming here more frequently. So let's schedule all meetings in the first week. Each of you will have 15 minutes. So that's super enough for each of you. So prepare your proposal, the model, and I'll give you feedback at that week. Okay, next week, and I won't be able to see you in 2 weeks. Okay, so that's a really bizarre design of this class. So, the next 2 weeks we're going to have online videos from Nick Bowman. He did a really excellent job delivering all the theories and all things. So, in 3 weeks when we come back here, I'm going to talk about new skins and Africans. We're going to play some Africans, and then you're going to do a little bit sharing, right? Yeah. So, okay, I'll give you like 40 minutes. No, like 40 or 50 minutes or 30 minutes, something like that. Okay. Okay. See you in 3 weeks. And do remember to type the reflection online. 对，然后就是跟我 set up， 这第二部分的要怎么聊呢 ？And say which one you want. 哦，你做 experiment 吗？好好好，你赶快去。那 N95 吗？为什么要带 N95？ 因为没有了。哦，没有了吗？你不是因为你教育局都有在卖啊。不是因为我刚刚带过来的掉地上。我想说带 N95。就是备用的。好，所以可以就是补充一下，就是最近退出比较少人看，就是因为 FB 真的把很多有名的都签过去，然后我听到是说付期可以寄那个。所以难怪，哇塞，我真的觉得 conglomerate 真的很邪恶哎。会付期。拜拜。就是好看吗？因为不管在 Twitch 还是在 Facebook， 他的那个钱还是会跟你的人合作。我也觉得很好玩，我也很想玩。我觉得就是有时候好好玩啊！而且我觉得这故事也太的动画，对，可是就是落差很大，所以大家就没有那个是纪录片后制的，对，没有这么好，因为这个是 fail 拍自己拍的，他可以自己游戏就自己弄。我觉得他们蛮厉害，他一方面也是在宣传 Esports， 这是久远前的纪录片，因为最近没什么纪录片，纪录片都是在什么2013。对，那都最夯。对，现在没有，现在比较。有 Rainbow Six， 好，学，拜拜。对，就是所以他们很多一些人过去，但其实明年会有很多人约到就。也是流量太累了。